T.I. and Wayne. We got T.I. ahead of Lil Wayne. Now, I have my reasons, and I actually
Substitute
had
was really, really biased.
on my list, I had T.I. at 20 and I had Wayne at 21. On
Where
your
did I
list,
have him?
you had T.I. at 15 and Wayne at 21. So you think
Yeah, that
that
sounds about
T.I.
right.
is much better than Wayne. I'll give my reasons, but why do you got T.I. over Wayne?
I mean, Mike, 15 to 21 to me isn't much better. Just like 5 to 9 from Ghost to Rate isn't. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's a big gap. I'm just saying I think Tip has a better body of work. He does not have the. He does not have the. And when I say body of work, I mean quality.
Mm-hmm.
Like quantity wise, Wayne got. We're not even gonna go there with that. But I feel like Ti's projects are better. I find him to be slightly more versatile as an MC, as a songwriter,
Mm-hmm.
delivery wise, conceptualization wise. Like, does Lil Wayne do stuff like "Live in the Sky"? Like, can he? You know what I mean?
Right, right. I was gonna go there
Ti's
too.
a songwriter, Mike. Like, he's a lyricist. He's a dope boy and a gangster, but he's also a songwriter, Mike. He's a songwriter,
I think
and
he's
you can.
I think he's a songwriter first, but that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But I
I mean,
think
Mike, I think he's a lyricist first, actually, Mike. Like,
he's a
I hear his
very
lyrical
talented songwriter.
capability when I hear Tip rhyme.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's a very
since y'all
talented
like
songwriter. This is the thing,
and lyricist.
because Lil Wayne has songs like "Receipt," right? And I think what people hold Wayne high for is when he just spazzes out on the record. Now, his impact, Ti doesn't even come close to that. I think that
Yeah,
impact wise, Wayne is probably one of the most impactful ever. But I'm with you as far as like, and that kind of taps into skill and body of work. I think that as a songwriter, Ti just touches on more fluidly than Wayne does. Wayne will go off on tangents and try to really hit you with some of these punchlines, which are hit or miss sometimes. You'll end up with what did he say? He's like Weezy F Baby and the F is for phenomenal. You have moments like that where you don't really get that with Ti because Ti is really just telling you his story. He has songs like "I'm Just Doing My Job," you know. He has songs for the ladies that you know I want to be your man and shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's real fluid and it's more personal too. I feel like
hey,
Ti
Mike.
is more personal and more effortless with it.
I, effortless is a good way to describe it. It's more effortless. King and the Carter 2 came out around the same time. I remember I was in Cali. I had both of those albums in B. I remember those were the three albums I played most that year, I believe. I think that's '05.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you remember, do you remember the Talking to You record, track 4? Just Blaze did?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Sounds like he was
if
talking to
Wayne,
Wayne too, by the way.
Mike, I thought he was maybe, but here's why I bring this up. If you put Wayne on that track, Wayne might just spaz out for 48 to 84 bars and not give you a composed song in the framework of a head nodder like that. And that's what I mean about Tip being a songwriter. Like, Wayne will hear that beat and just go in and spaz out, and you'll love the record. T.I. will go in and make a whole song out of it, and you'll love the record.
You know what
He'll
else?
do a hook to it.
Now that
He'll
you've mentioned
he'll give
that,
you some dazzling mic performance stuff in addition to that. So
now
he's going to give you some of what Wayne gives you, and he's going to give you that full song feel. And that's why I had him at 15 and Wayne at
now
21.
that you mentioned that, and I didn't even think about this in my thought process of it, what Ti has also given us that Wayne hasn't given us at all is the battle. He took out Flip. He took out Shawty Low with What's Up, What's Happening. I mean, damn, the whole Down with the King mixtape was lethal, man. Like the song that he
Well,
had with Lil
and,
Third on
and him
106
and
of Park,
Luda,
I can see the hate in your
he too.
heart.
Like, Tip ain't scared of no battle. Tip ain't scared of no
Yeah.
battle.
On
It
106
was
of
far.
Park, I can see the hate in your heart. On the squad, when I see you, I'm gonna tear you apart. Wayne ran from battles.
You're
Let's just be
bananas.
honest. Pusha T
I
has
mean, Mike,
poked Wayne for 10 plus years. Wayne
Mike,
ran.
I keep telling you, like Mike, I kept telling everybody when that was starting, when Wayne was big, I'm like, Wayne don't want those type of
He
problems. He's not
don't.
that type of MC. Pushes vicious.
Yeah.
Mike, that's part of the reason why Pusha's up there at 17. He vicious, Mike.
And Drake shouldn't
Vicious.
have jumped in that because we saw what happened, And
Got
Wayne knew
Mike.
that would
I'm
happen.
about to say, and what happened when one of them got too big and thought that they could talk roasted quickly. To quote T.I., expeditiously.
Yeah.
Shit,
KG
bad.
Finesse said, that's the only flaw, bro. I completely agree. Rap is about the battle. And yes, Wayne has never proven to us that he deserved that crown in a battle since. Now, I will give T.I. that over him. T.I. never ran from that. And even with that Ludacris situation where I feel like he kind of got, he got sideswiped with that Young Buck record. But even with that coup, I feel like T.I.'s verse is better than Luda's. And it's clear that Luda heard his verse and went in after.
And that's why, Mike, because the verses are comparable, except for you got to hear his shit. That means you lost.
Because at the end of the day, that one line, that me getting beat down, that's Ludacris. That's the best line on the whole song. It is.
Mike, speaking of which, on Talking to You, he addressed that situation too. Like, Tip ain't scared of nothing. Like that. How about this?
He's
Mike,
a complete artist, and he'll get on Blurred Lines. He can get on a record like Blurred Lines and just mesh right in.
Mike, listen to what I'm about to say. He's probably the most complete MC to ever come out of the South. Not the best, but the most complete.
I agree 100%. I mean,
he's
more
complete than Scarface. He's more complete than Andre. He's more complete than Wayne.
I agree.
That's all about Southern niggas.
Jock J says T.I. is better than Wayne, hands down. Like I said, I think Wayne got him on the impact. And if we talking about just getting on the record and spazzing out for 48 bars, but like you said, completeness. Like T.I. has that control, and really he doesn't get a lot of recognition for getting the whole Gangsta Grill shit started, because Down with the King is what got Cannon started, and he doesn't get that credit, but that's fine. It's what it is. I think trap music, the album, I have my opinions about, I guess, that impact, but whatever you feel about it, people took that term and created a subgenre with it. That's his impact right there.
How about this too, Mike? He's made he's one of the few guys that you can say has made 4 good to great projects. He has trap music, King, Paper Trail,
Urban Legend.
Hold on. And Urban Legend. Like not too many guys. So when he was talking that last year, talking about, oh no, I'm up there with Kanye and Jay and them, like I don't know if he's right there, but he would probably be the next guy body of work wise. Yeah. He's not wrong for saying that.
No, one thing I will say about
Tip talk about, no, he's not crazy for saying that. He's got a great catalog.
One thing I will say about Tip and Wayne before we get out of here, I don't know how well their material is going to age. I mean, we're kind of in that area now. Like, we don't really hear a lot of those records like that. So
that. I mean, it's kind of funny. We're in Atlanta, Mike. You just gonna be on. You're gonna hear a mix of T.I. just some, But I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how well their material is gonna age, but I think that T.I.'s had an incredible career, especially coming out saying that he's the king of the South and living up to it to a certain degree. Because I do agree with you. I think he is the most complete MC to ever come out of the South. I think he's more complete than Luda. I think he's more complete than, I don't think he's better than Scarface. Don't beat me up here. But I think he's more complete than Scarface. I don't think we could hear Scarface get on Blurred Lines and do what he did.
That's what I mean when I say complete, right? Yeah. Scarface ain't going to do, if you call Scarface to do Blurred Lines, he's going to hang up the phone.
And let's address the elephant in the room too. There's no questionable pen or possible ghostwriting when it comes to T.I. either. And someone said the old Wayne is so different. Yeah, I think a lot of eras of Wayne are extremely different because there's been different writing help, allegedly.
Mike, how many times do we have to say this bar? Tell Hova, don't pass the crown so soon. Unless he got a crown for every writer in the room. It's too many spirits on these ghost-written tunes, so you can't crown an heir till you seance the room.
You cannot.
We need to leave it right there.
All right, well, That's what
What
the
else you
list
need to know?
is. We were somewhat just.
21.
What's that?
21. That like stuff like that is how you end up at 21 and how Pusha T ends up ahead of you because he's never addressed that either, Mike. Like people acting like he ever addressed that. Not really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's common knowledge that Gilly wrote for Wayne. You can hear it in the slang. It's Philly slang all up and down through that era when Gilly was on Cash Money. And it could have been one of those situations where people throwing bars around or whatever, but Gilly said he actually wrote for him.
The Carter. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, and this is the thing. I don't think there's anybody.
When you say I think he said I wrote like 7 or 8 tracks on the Carter.
I don't think there's anybody in hip hop that we could say has had such a drastic change from wobbledy to actually going bar for bar being taken serious as a lyricist. I think that's a pretty drastic change. And I know he was younger and all that, but everybody was young.
The Carter change was the drastic change from, I guess, 500 degrees to the Carter.
Yeah,
from 500 degrees to the Carter, that was something that we had never really seen happen before, and so
it's questionable because 500 degrees was like, oh my niggas, if you with me, we get at stuff like that, and it was like it went from that to what the Carter was, and
he was spitting on the Carter.
He was. Go DJ is a very drastic departure from where he was on. The Way of Life and stuff like that.
And I moved like a coupe through traffic. Like he was talking, I was like, who is that?
Right.
Who is that?
Right. Yeah. So, you know, it's generous that we even have him on the list, but his impact is, you know, it's undeniable. But if we're going to talk about skills and pen and all that, there's a lot of questionable stuff out there. And I think that his changes, and the biggest thing for me too, is the fact that you're not even 40 years old and you can't even match what people thought you were at peak lyric-wise. You shouldn't be this far washed where you can't really put words together like that anymore. Like, are you looking for a new writer? I'm not saying that, allegedly, but it looks like that. It looks like that. We see all these people on our list, Coop. Well, most of the people on our list. And we talk about Black Thought, right? Black Thought's damn near 50. He's getting better, sharper. Jay.
Craft.
Yeah.
Craft.
Jay, Nas. These guys,
Craft.
if you want to put a person with that, dude, you're not even 40 yet. And you can't even match what you were lyrically,
Mike,
like in your late 20s. What?
Mike, that's why I never had him there, because I had a feeling it was going to kind of go like this. He was never that type of craftsman with the pen to me. T.I. was closer to that guy. That's why when T.I. says, no, I'm up there with them, I'm like, no, I get it. His pen closer to that than anybody down here. Yeah. As far as craftsmanship in the album of works to say so, and not having any questionable pen rumors floating around your name. Yeah, all that. 21, that's how you end up with 21 with top 5 impact.
Right. Because even T.I. had a drastic change when it came to I'm Serious to, trap music. But we never once thought that, this is a different writer. You know what I'm saying?
Because he got better. Because he just kept getting better.
Yeah, he just slowed it down.
Sounds better.
He just slowed it down. Yep.
Right. He sounds better. He sounds more comfortable. Right.
So, yeah.